In a small neighborhood in New York, I'm telling you a very fine story of a small boy. He was about 8 years old. He had to work for 2 to 3 hours after his school to make the ends meet in his family. He would be there at a retail counter of a grocery shop. He would get 1 cent for working for 5 days. I'm talking of things 70, 80 years back. Much, perhaps more than that. So one fine evening, he did not return back on time. And his mother, she got anxious. She started searching for the little boy around, but she could not find her. And what had happened at that place was that when the shopkeeper, the owner of the shop, had come back, as always, in the evening to see the accounts of the day's happenings, especially in the evening, he found that there were 3 cents more. And he said to the little boy, "Good, we have 3 cents more." And the boy was surprised. 3 cents more than the amount that we should have after selling the products from the shop. And the shopkeeper said, "It's okay. If there were 3 cents less, then you and me would have tensed. 3 cents more, it's fine, it's okay. Go back home, have your dinner, and enjoy, and go to sleep." Little boy said, "No. If we can't afford to have 3 cents less in the account, we can't afford to have 3 cents more." First test. Is it the truth? And the boy said, and the shopkeeper said, "What would you do?" He said, "I'll go around the whole town. I'll write down the names of all the customers who came to me. I'll just approach them, talk to them, what they bought from me, what was the exchange, and I'll try to figure it out, who gave me 3 cents more." He went around the neighborhood to like about 15 to 17 customers. On the other part, his mother, she was very anxious why this little boy didn't come home. It was 10:30 p.m. And for about 1 to 1.5 hours of search in the town, he could come to the person who had given him 3 cents more after discussing the exchange and the selling and the getting. He gave him 3 cents back. And then the boy happily came back home, and his mother, when she saw him, "Where were you?" This, that. And he said, "This is what happened." And his mother, she was very happy. She hugged the little boy and said, "Yes, remain wedded to truth." That boy, he remained wedded to truth. He would ask the first question to any thought, any word, or any deed that he performed throughout his life. The first question, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it create goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? I'm talking of that little boy who grew up and was none other than the most famous president US ever had, that is Abraham Lincoln. He never deviated from these principles, these basic ethics of life. So, today every president of the United States, before he sits in the White House, in the Oval Office, the president's office is called the Oval's office in White House, he seeks blessings of Abraham Lincoln from his picture. Even you see Barack Obama's pictures in the White House, a portrait of Abraham Lincoln always is there on his back, top. Because they wedded to truth. This four-way test they had in their life. When Abraham Lincoln became the president, he was finalizing the list of his cabinet ministers. And he gave Homeland Security. In America they call Homeland Security, here we call the Defense Minister. The Homeland Security to one Mr. Edwin Stanton. And the personal assistant and secretary of Abraham Lincoln since 20 years, he said, "Sir, if you don't mind, I have a small suggestion. This Edwin Stanton, you know, basically, he opposes every word and thought of yours. You know that?" Lincoln said, "Yes." Second, he said, "Sir, do you know he calls you a clown in public?" Abraham Lincoln said, "Yes, I know." Third, he said, "Sir, do you know that he is your biggest baiter? And he bites your back?" Abraham Lincoln said, "Yes, I know." "Even then you are giving him a plum post in the cabinet." You are making him the Homeland Security. Sir, you must rethink. Abraham Lincoln asked him back 4 questions. That was 4-way test. Abraham Lincoln asked him the first question to his secretary. Is Edwin Stanton right for the job? What he has for me? He opposes my thoughts. He dislikes me. He calls me a clown in public. He's my backbiter. Forget all those things first. Is the person potentially powerful for this post? And his secretary said yes. Potential wise, he is powerful for this post. That means first, is it the truth? Is he right for the job? Fine, tick 1. Second question asked, is his integrity towards nation questionable? And his secretary said no. Sir, in Edwin Stanton's 35 years of public life, his integrity was never in question. Then he passed the second test, that he was fair to all. Third question Abraham Lincoln asked, is Edwin Stanton loved by people? Has he created good relationships among both the Democrats and the Republicans? Will he be able to handle the Congress and the Senate both? The Americans, they have in the political system the Congress and the Senate, as we have the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Has he created good relationships across party lines? And his secretary said yes, he has created. That means he has built goodwill and better friendships. Fourth question Abraham Lincoln asked to his secretary, will the thinking of Edwin Stanton create better foreign policies for US? Will it be beneficial to US from the arms point of view and from the security point of view? Though he differs from me, Abraham Lincoln says this, I know he differs from me. Now he was the president. And he says, I know he differs from me. But his policies, his thinking, will it be beneficial to the country? He said, yes. Top class editorial writers, they have always written good for Edwin Stanton's thinking and policies when it comes to foreign policies. That means it's beneficial to the nation. Abraham Lincoln said, simple. I want these 4 qualities in a person to make him the minister in the Homeland Security. So people always think of this 4-way test when they want success in life, when they want to scale heights, and when they want actual results on the ground. So in one or the other way, people have lived by it. So this is a universal truth. It is a fact of life. So never ever fear that this could perhaps damage you a bit somewhere.